You're watching WCSD from Calloway County High School.
Hello, Laker Nation. Can you believe we are already halfway through January?
I know. It seems like this month is going by so fast. Before you know it, it'll be summertime.
Well, let's not get too ahead of ourselves. We've still got a show to do today.
We'd like to start off today by congratulating Laker senior Casey Johnson.
What did she do?
She entered this piece of art into the Teen Spirit Art Show at the Yiser Art Center in Paducah. Casey brought home first place in the show as well as a cash prize.
Wow, congratulations to Casey.
Just when you think we've thought of everything, the tech companies come out with a new, unbelievable invention. The Consumer Electronics Show here in Las Vegas is where most of these gadgets make their grand debut. Here's producer Caven Barnhill with his top picks.
CES 2015, like every year, introduced several new inventions, and since we can't cover them all, here are my top 3 picks that I think you guys might be interested in.
Imagine a camera that goes past your arm's reach. Nixie, set your camera free.
The Nixie, a flying selfie drone, one of the several creations introduced and shown off at this year's Consumer Electronics Show. It is still in development but can be expected later this year. The year of 2015 for gamers is centered around virtual reality such as the Oculus Rift and sells around $350. However, still in development and not expected to be released on consumer level this year. The next big thing in the world of television is 4K resolution. What is 4K, you might ask? It's 4 times the amount of pixels of your current 1080p TV. Unfortunately, it is a little pricey for most of us. Prices of 4K resolution TVs will drop due to cheaper ways to make these TVs. They will be dropping closer to the price of a 1080p TV.
Seniors, I think it's about time to get the going on those promposal ideas because prom fees can now be turned in. Even though prom is a couple months away, prep work begins early for the big night. We now go to Kaylee Anderson for the latest prom update.
I'm here with Miss Sarah Lovelace, and she's just going to give us a little more information about what prom fees actually are. Miss Lovelace, what are prom fees?
Prom fees are the individual fees that each student pays to help pay for the actual senior prom.
When are prom fees due?
Students can pay prom fees all the way until the end of April, but they go up each month. Right now they're $50. In February they're $55, in March they're $60, and in April they're $70.
So seniors, don't forget that prom fees for January are $50, and after that they go up. For Laker TV, I'm Kaylee Anderson.
Spirit Week here at CCHS reaches a climax tonight as the Crosstown Classic with Murray will soon be underway. The boys basketball team started off the week Tuesday with a 51-41 win over Trigg County.
The wrestling team continues to roll as well, and Josh Connor has an update on that and more in this week's Laker TV Sports Minute.
This past Saturday, CCHS wrestler Nick Walls was named the most outstanding wrestler at the Paducah-Tillman Wrestling Tournament. Nick placed first in his weight class and entered this week's competition with a record of 28-0. Nick says his key to success is putting in hard work even when it's the off-season.
Mainly this summer I spent 4 to 5 days a week in the gym lifting. I put on about 30 pounds of muscle and then cut down about 15 pounds to get down to my 7% body fat to get to the right weight class. And also I went to All Results Wrestling Camp in Clarksville with 3 of the former Olympic coaches, and that helped a lot. I learned a lot.
Not only has Nick been doing well this season, but the team as a whole has also qualified for this year's state competition. The Laker boys basketball team has lived up to the hype surrounding them this year. With a regular season record of 15-1, they preside at the top of the first region, and recently kicked off their district play with a bang, putting down Marshall County last Friday night here at the Jeff. But one of the team's biggest matchups has yet to occur, the annual Murray vs. Calloway rivalry game. And this year, the showdown has been so anticipated that it's been moved to take place at the CFSB Center. Needless to say, tonight's game is a must-see. The girls are set to tip off at 6 p.m., and all of Laker Nation is encouraged to come out and show your support. That's all for this week's Sports Minute. For Laker TV, I'm Josh Connor.
Go.
Coming up, the latest production from the LakerTV Film Department.
And after that, a look at some of Calloway County's most enthusiastic sports fans.
We'll be back in just a moment here on LakerTV.
So did you catch Glee last night?
Nah, man, I was watching Honey Boo Boo, brah.
It seems like we have a lack of facial hair. This is one hairy situation.
Shave your puns for later, Carl. You are not firing on all cylinders.
I
swear it's great. I love just the sounds of it are awesome.
And now, we must ask you a few questions.
All right. Where were you on the 5th? Today is the 5th.
We know! Just answer the question!
I'm talking to y'all. And where was your manhood on the day of the 5th? What?
Your facial hair!
I couldn't grow any. Let us help.
Thanks!
Next time on Mustache Cops!
Those mustache cops won't be able to stop me once I put balding cream in the water supply. They should have known better than mess with Babyface.
A lot of us are excited for the upcoming 3-day weekend. Yeah, we see that smirk of excitement on your face, but let's not forget what it's all about. The third Monday of January is set aside to honor Martin Luther King Jr. Former U.S. President Ronald Reagan puts it best why we recognize Martin Luther King Jr.
When I was thinking of the contributions to our country, the man that we're honoring today, a passage attributed to the American poet John Greenleaf Whittier comes to mind. Each crisis brings its word and deed. In America in the 50s and 60s, one of the important crises we faced was racial discrimination. The man whose words and deeds in that crisis stirred our nation to the very depths of its soul was Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
One of the most surprising trends among American teenagers going into the new year is of all things meditation. It's due in large part to the growth of scientific research that suggests meditation can help teens to reduce stress, regulate emotions, and boost grades. Reporter John Gallagher turned to the local meditation and yoga expert in our community who says she's not surprised about this new trend.
You know, I'm not, because I think teens are really savvy nowadays, and there's so many opportunities out there for them to get involved in and de-stress.
Marcy Snodgrass is the owner of Three Hearts Yoga and Juice Bar here in Murray. She says, with the help of the internet, big city ideas are making their way even into small towns.
I like to think of it in the realm of mindfulness versus mindfulness. So instead of having your mind full of all these different things, being able to be mindful.
Marcy teaches yoga and meditation at various levels of experience.
A lot of times people think that it's a religion, or they think that, oh, I'm doing something wrong if I'm meditating on anything other than scripture. But really, meditation is just about breathing. And you don't have to sit and clear your mind and om all day long. It's just focusing on one thing, or just focusing on breathing.
So does meditation really work? Marcy says it does, and has seen her students improve in parts of their mind and body. So really, it's something to think about. For Laker TV, I'm John Gallagher.
We found out that there are actually several schools around the country that are implementing meditation programs for students. From the West Coast to even Memphis, Tennessee, schools in San Francisco say they brought down violence and improved academic performance.
Interesting. So, Kennedy, what do you do to relieve stress?
Personally, I like to sit down and read a book. What about you?
Well, I personally like to blow off some steam by playing a video game.
Well, for some people, it's going to a basketball game and civilly disagreeing with the ref.
Yeah, the Birdsong Boys, the Rat Pack, whatever you want to call them, they seem to blow off quite a bit of steam at Laker sporting events, and tonight is showtime for all of you wild and crazy Laker fans.
It's definitely by far a beneficial factor in the game. We're cheering, we're loud, we're proud, they can hear us. It always helps, it seems like. Everywhere we go, when they're there playing, it always seems like they play better. If I could ask any of y'all to do it for me, not just for me, but for the school and the Lakers out there, is come out tonight, dress up, and show some spirit when we go on and take over Murray.
You can join this crew tonight at the CFSB Center as Calloway takes on our crosstown rivals, the Murray High Tigers.
Well, that wraps up this show. We'll see you next week, Laker Nation.
And as always, go Lakers.